Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another special episode of Wrestling Prime. I am your host, Tom Dog, and night two of Wrestle Mania is over and done with. Stick and fork in it. It's done. Um, this was a crazy night, and we had some pretty good matches. And we're going to get right into the reviews and everything. And before we do, give a quick shout out once again to our sponsor, M&J Video Games and Collectibles, and uh, um, they have a lot of wrestling merchandise to wrestling collectibles and everything like that that you can get. And also, if you want to sell some of this stuff to them, like autograph pictures and everything like that, you can. They will definitely take really good care of you. And if you want to know where in Southington this wonderful store is and with the list of events they got going on, you can check out their website over at mjvideogames.com. Well, night two WrestleMania, as I said, over and done with. I'm not breaking out the beer or anything like that. It was a good, I will say, for the most part, it was a really good show. And, you know, WrestleMania was really great. Little bit of a quick some quick updates. Um, there's been some talk going on before we even get to the WrestleMania review. There was some talk that after there's a, it might just be confirmed that um, Vince McMahon, the owner of the owner of the WWE, has merged with the UFC. And if the deal gets finalized, it's over billions of dollars. Um, the UFC and WWE will be merging together, and if everything has been finalized, um, for what I understand, for over $4 billion, and which would make Vince McMahon back as chairman of the WWE. And hey, I mean, a merger is actually pretty good. And hey, it so be some pretty good business and everything like that. I think it will be really done. So um, we will when more news comes up to it, we're gonna break into to an update, um, which I will post in the shorts, and we will see what happens. And yeah, it'll be pretty interesting to see what goes on. Um, so yeah, so yeah, let's hope that everything goes well. Also, too, an incident happened that over the weekend involving Rick Steiner. Apparently, he called out. He was basically um, harassing a transgender wrestler from the independent from Impact Wrestling, and he was pretty much harassing her, and you know pretty much talking some shit and being being an absolute dickhead. And so because of that, the WrestleCon um, banned him for the remainder of the week, for the remainder of of the event, and all future WrestleCons. So he has been permanently been banned. So yeah, um, and you just don't do that. I mean, is one of the most heartless things that anybody can ever do, and everything like that. And yeah, he definitely should be reprimanded for his actions. And we don't know if there's any other punishment that's going to happen, but I think there should. For instance, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame last year with his brother Scott. Um, I think he should, just keep Scott Steiner in there, um, but Rick Steiner, no, keep him out, keep him out. So for now, from this moment on, anything involving Rick Steiner, I am going to be referring to Rick Steiner as Prick Steiner, because that's who he is, a fucking prick. So, so fuck you, Prick Steiner. I don't give a shit if your son is Braun Breaker. It just makes him look bad now because of the fact that who his father, because his father's a fucking bigot. So yeah, shame on you. So all right, let's get into the WrestleMania 39 Night 2 review. And opening contest, and I kind of call this one um, to be the opening match. Uh, Omos versus Brock Lesnar, and as expected, it was a disappointment. Um, I really I really did not. It was a quick match and everything, and pretty much Omos was pretty dominant in the most part. But then all of a sudden, you know, Lesnar did break in with the with some offense, and then right into defense, and it was over with pretty quickly. And so yeah, um, Brock Lesnar won the match, and I get it's hard for me. It was hard for me to call, to determine what grade I should give this match. I mean, this match, I was debating whether or not to give it a B minus or a C plus, and I was, and but I am going to give benefit where the I I am going to give benefit of the doubt that even though it was a quick match, um, pretty much short and sweet, the both of these guys were are pretty big, Omos being bigger, and it's tough putting guys like that in matches against each other because they're either hit and miss, and Brock Lesnar is definitely a is really a brawler and everything like that. So it is really cool to see that he was able to pull some German suplexes as well as an F5. So it was, and so it was. So yeah, it was pretty much over with quickly. So because of that, I was kind of fair because people still had a good time with this match because Brock Lesnar, and so yeah, I'm going to give this a B minus. But still, basically not an. It was still an underwhelming match, and I'll give benefit of the doubt. Um, whew. uh, Up next was Liv Morgan and Rochelle Rodriguez taking on Natalya and Shotzi, taking on Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Um, this was a woman, the women's tag team, fatal four way, kind of like in the men's fatal four way, tag team fatal four way from the other night. Pretty much a repeat of the same thing. I think I gave that one a fair grade of a B or B minus. So this match was, if you saw that, if you saw my, thought about the men's fatal four way tag match, pretty much the same type of thing, only women. So um, nothing much really to go home with, and Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler won the match, and give this match a solid B. Um, very, still a pretty good match, and it was entertaining for the most part. Up next, um, the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match. Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and Gunther, the IC champion, were pretty much all over the place in this match. This match was a lot of people, a lot of the crowd was enjoying this match. I was enjoying this match, and it was pretty much a chop fight. It was really there were multiple chops flying around. I was clinching because of the fact that you had all these chops and everything, and one of my guys, T Black, always likes to light me up like a Christmas tree every now and then, and so yeah, and if I but these guys chop a hell of a lot harder than my boy T Black, and I mean if I had a choice between if I had to decide between Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and Gunther to light my chest up like a Christmas tree, I'm going with T Black. So yeah, but nonetheless, this was a really, really good match, and triple threat matches are also hit and miss as well too. But if done right with the right people, you can pull off a really good match. And these three men really, really put on a good show, and somehow Gunther retained the Intercontinental Championship, and well deserved for didn't to me it didn't really matter who won this match. This was a really good match, and I was highly impressed with this match, and this was an A+ match. Definitely um a really, really good match. Um Speaking of good matches, the Raw Women's Championship match, Asuka taking on Bianca Belair. Um we all know that Asuka won the Royal Rumble. She calls out. No, she didn't win the Royal Rumble, but she but Asuka won the opportunity to I think it was um Elimination Chamber or something like that. She called out Bianca Belair, and yeah, and that's what she did. It was a good show, and so yeah, the build up for this was phenomenal, and Asuka getting some playing doing some mind games and everything, but um I was it was tough, tough for me last week, or on the prediction special, to really decide who was going to win, because I love Asuka, I love Bianca, Asuka a little bit more, and but I stood by the champion, and I'm glad I did, because she retained the title. Her entrance came out, had some um this girl group come out, and it was some divas group, um local divas group, and yeah, they had a really it was a really good time, good build up entrance performance, and Bianca Belair always has good entrance uh at WrestleMania, so it was really well deserved. And yeah, it was a really good match. And everybody was entertained, and it could have went either way, to be honest with you. But yeah, congratulations to Bianca for retaining the Raw Women's Championship. I give this match a solid A. It was really good. Um, then Miz and Snoop Dogg um did their shtick in the middle of the ring, announcing you know the 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 attendance record, which was 1,000 more than what it was on night one, and Miz was upset he was um that he had to fight in an impromptu match, and Snoop Dogg, was like, my bad, and everything like that, and Miz wasn't having of it, but then Snoop Dogg said, my bad, and he pointed out to the entrance ramp where Shane McMahon came back, and yeah, apparently there was another impromptu match, Miz versus Shane McMahon. However, um, at the beginning of the match, Shane um, um, took his um, took his leg out. He something happened. I think he tore an ACL or something like that, or tore his quad or whatever. But yeah, he got hurt pretty bad, and we'll update on the injuries as soon as we hear information on that. But but then Snoop Dogg took over, and had in a couple of right hooks, and then all of a sudden then he took him out with his own version of the People's Elbow, and 1, 2, 3, it was over. Um, Snoop Dogg wins. um, I give the match a B-, and it was all right. Nothing really to go home. nothing really to go home to. It was one of those shtick matches and everything. So it was funny to see the Miz losing two matches on two matches back to back, and it was funny. But I still like the Miz and everything, and he's a tremendous worker, and I like him. And um, this was a tough. This next match was a really tough decision to decide um, what I thought about this match, but this match was amazing. Now, of course, I'm talking about the Hell in a Cell match between Finn Balor and Edge. Oh my God, this match was phenomenal. This match was like wow. Um, I liked, I liked the Demon Finn Balor. I don't like the regular Finn Balor. I really don't. I think the demon version of Finn Balor is more iconic to his character. I mean, he's pretty much won a lot of matches when he was in NXT with that um, with the demon gimmick and everything. But an Edge came out um, with homage to the Brood with a little modified with a new updated look. Um, had like a winged jacket or something like that, and then he had this mirror ball skull mask and everything like that. It was I want to get that mask. It's friggin' awesome. But yeah, it was a really good presentation with Edge, and I love that. And then with the music that they had and everything, I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't stuck with that and with that theme. It went back to his original on this, the one that he always comes out to. And I think, I mean, I don't mean to nitpick, but he should have came out to the one that he came out, with the modified Brood song. But yeah, nice little shout out to the Brood with Gangrel and Christian, and which was part of the Attitude Era and everything. Very good, but still, nonetheless, very good match. Finn Balor gets bloodied up in the match, and it was pretty hellacious and everything, as you would expect in a Hell in a Cell match. And yeah, and excuse me, I am sorry. Long night, a long day actually, and but yeah, um, it could have gone either way, but Edge won, as I predicted. But yeah, a good solid A, um, for this Hell in a Cell match. It was a very good match. And then for our main event, Cody Rhodes taking on the champion Roman Reigns. Where do we begin? First off, there was too much interference with the bloodline in this match. This it could it, no outside. I mean, the outside interference could have taken a break from a match like this, because here you have the tribal chief Roman Reigns willing to give Cody Rhodes and that shot. And sometimes I don't have and whenever the bloodline interferes in a match like this, with this caliber, I don't like it. I know I was kind of a hypocrite when I did talk about with with the with the last time the bloodline interfered, and was pretty interesting. But um, when Sami Zayn was in there, but but then again, that was Survivor Series, and that was a long time ago. But looking at a match like this, though, however, this was not needed. I think there should be a thing where Roman should have said, "Listen, I don't want the bloodline interfering in this match. It's like I want to, Paul Heyman, yeah, he can do there and do um what heel managers do. I think that would have been okay. I wouldn't have mind about that. But as far as with the remainder of the bloodline, it didn't need it. It did not need it. So with Solo and then the Usos coming out later. Um, excuse me. Um, excuse me. It did not. It did not need that. Um, so yeah, I don't, because there were moments where Cody came this close. You see that, this close of becoming undisputed champion, and it would have been a good moment. One quick note: um, everybody knows Brody Lee. Um, he passed away not too long ago, and it was of course, it was a shock to the wrestling world, to both WWE and AEW, and we all know Brody Lee's son. He was actually at WrestleMania. Cody gave the belt, gave his weight belt to him. So it was really, the family, of course, was there, and so yeah, it was an emotional moment for there at night. It was like, that's Brody Lee's son. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, it was pretty cool, and so yeah, nice. Pretty much dedicated the match to him, um, from what I understand. So yeah, it was a good tribute. However, with the outside interference from Solo and then the Usos making a run in later, it didn't. Like I said, it didn't need it, and because, like I said, Cody came this close of winning the championship, and I think it could have happened had Solo didn't come back in and do the Samoan spike on him. So yeah, and then of course Roman retained the championship, and I was disappointed. I was really disappointed because the match was so good. It was really ruined with the outside interference. I mean, I really wanted to give this match a high grade, and so pretty much I gave it an A, like a solid A. Um, I did not want to go anywhere lower than that. Maybe an A minus would have been good, but A, it was great. I would have given it an A plus, being match of the night, had the outside interference did not happen. And so yeah, it was very disappointing. A very disappointing um, finish, and I, of course, left a lot of people pissed off, including myself. I'm trying to not to, hold my emotions, because I didn't want to, you know, everybody's asleep. I didn't want to wake nobody up. And so, yeah, that's what it was. So, so yeah, the match was a solid A. And overall, and that, that's of course, night two of WrestleMania 39. Overall, I grade WrestleMania 39 an A minus. Um, Match of the night being Sheamus, uh, and McIntyre and Gunther. Worst match of the night, uh, even though there was hardly any bad matches. Um, Lowest grade match, of course, went to Lesnar and Omos. WrestleMania moment, Shane McMahon returning. There was So yeah, that was pretty much all I could think of. Um, and nonetheless, there were a lot of other good, a lot of good matches besides this one. The championship match and the Hell in a Cell match, and yeah, it was just and of course the Raw Women's Championship. It was a really good match, and so yeah, but to me personally, I had a good time with that IC match on that Intercontinental um, triple threat match. It was really really good, and it was a lot of fun as well too. And nice little shout out to taking the bow, the Hall of Famers taking the bow one more time, um, and everything. And the Hall of Fame is really synonymous to the WWE. And I try to do one this year, with my own, with the Wrestling Prime Hall of Fame, and I haven't really done anything with it. So yeah, um, I'm gonna sit with T Black and you know really butt heads and really induct do one for maybe later on this year. Um, I think it's well deserved. So yeah, um, but nonetheless, it was a really good time. It was definitely a really really good time, and I had a lot of fun with that. Excuse me. Um, so yeah, chat room is, you know, chats are live and open. What did everybody think of night two of WrestleMania 39? Let's see if there's any chats in there. No, no chats. I and so yeah. Um, so yeah, we're pretty much gonna call it a night here. Um, Strangely enough, this was a relatively short with all the topics I talked about, with all the stuff I talked about, including the hot topics. So yeah. Um, so yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight and allowing me to be in your homes or your cell or your electronic device, whatever that may be. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. Thumbs up the video if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. Um, like I said, thumbs up the video if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Comment down below what you thought of night two of WrestleMania 39, and what do you think? What do you think? Which night one was your absolute favorite overall? And me personally, it came really close. So yeah, just night two just won by a smidgen. So yeah. Um, but like I said, let us know in the comments down below which one what what match what was your favorite match and of night two, and what do you think was the better of the two nights? Um, whether it's night one or night two, let us know in the comment section down below. Ring the bell to stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next. And if you want to have your own WrestleMania moment, and if you want to have your own WrestleMania moment, be sure to support small streamers like myself by doing the most important thing that you can do for small streamers like myself, and that is lay the smackdown on that subscribe button. We will see you all again here. Next time we do Wrestling Prime will be at the end of the last Saturday of the month. Talk about some other news but we'll keep you updated on what's going to happen, whether or not what's going to with the as far as any updates are concerned, regarding the this whole Vince McMahon, the WWE UFC merger. It's We'll let you know what happens with that, so be sure to tune in for that. But then this coming Thursday, of course, is a brand new episode of Channel X, so be sure to tune in for that. But thank you all so much again for tuning in tonight, and continue supporting this channel, because this channel is nothing without you. So, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So until next time, this is Tom Dog and X Block saying take care, so long, peace. See you next time. Love you all.